Good morning, everyone. This is Sakis Paraskevov, fundamental analyst at IronFX Global, bringing you the morning comment for the 30th of October. Bank of Japan refrains from adding fresh stimulus. The Bank of Japan kept its monetary stimulus program unchanged despite downgrading again its inflation forecast. The bank now sees inflation reaching its target in the second half of fiscal 2016 from around the first half in the April report. The decline in energy prices was again the reason for the pushback of the inflation target. The bank expects the inflation to accelerate as the impact of oil fades. By blaming low inflation on oil, the Bank of Japan tried to escape responsibility despite the fact that the core inflation, which excludes food and energy, is also running at around zero. On top of that, the economy shrank in Q2 and might slip back into recession, raising concerns that further easing is still necessary to support the weak economy. The decision to remain on hold, however, confirmed the recent optimistic tone by several bank officials that the economy is improving and that the underlying trend of inflation will meet their 2% target. Governor Kuroda has argued in the past and today that the tight job market will push up wages and thus consumer spending, and that this will be sufficient to boost inflation. At his press conference following the meeting, Governor Kuroda maintained his commitment to make necessary policy adjustments if they judge that there is a change in the broad price trend. Earlier in Japan, the core national CPI fell 0.1% in September, unchanged in pace from the previous month but above expectations of minus 0.2%. The headline figure stayed flat, while the core Tokyo CPI dipped into the negative territory. The nation's unemployment rate remained unchanged at 3.4%. Market reaction was limited at these releases as investors' attention was on the Bank of Japan policy meeting and the semi-annual report. As for today, during the European Day, Eurozone's preliminary CPI rate for October is forecast to come at 0%, following a fallback into negative territory for the first time in 6 months, coming at minus 0.1% in September. Given the positive surprise in the German data on Thursday, there is a possibility for a positive surprise here as well. This could benefit the common currency, but given the ECB's dovish rhetoric, we remain bearish on euro, and we expect any rebounds to remain short-lived. Eurozone's unemployment rate for September is also coming out. In the US, personal income and personal spending for September are coming out. Both are expected to have risen, but at a slower pace than in August. Given that the first estimate of US GDP for Q3 showed a strong slowdown in growth, further slowdown or even a decline in consumption cannot be ruled out. The year-on-year rates of the PCE deflator and core PCE for September are also coming out. The forecast is for the PCE deflator to have risen on a monthly basis. The employment cost index for Q3 is coming out as well, and expectations are for the index to have accelerated. Even though this is usually not a major market mover, it is worth paying attention due to the Fed's emphasis on the employment data moving into the December FOMC meeting. Besides that, in Q2, the index rose by a merely 0.2% quarter-on-quarter, the smallest increase in several decades. Therefore, investors will want to see whether the moderate gain was a temporary slowdown or we may see the index softening further. The final University of Michigan consumer sentiment for October is also due to be released, along with the surveys of 1-year and 5 to 10-year inflation expectations. From Canada, we get the monthly GDP for August. The market expects a slowdown to 0.1% month over month from 0.3%, on top of the lowering in growth forecast by the Bank of Canada and the more than expected slowdown in Canada's CPI for September. Another disappointing figure could add fuel to the uptrend in USD CAD. But the rebound in oil prices in the recent days keep the Canadian dollar well supported. Therefore, we prefer to watch the oil prices for the direction of the loonie. We have two speakers on Friday's agenda: San Francisco Fed President John Williams and Kansas City President Esther George. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade delivered directly to you. And also, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Sakis Paraskevov, fundamental analyst at IronFX Global, wishing you solid trading.